It is a great joy and honor to come into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. This is Emmanuel Mensah, a co-founder of the Eagle Mentality Group. At the Eagle Mentality Group, we teach and propagate information about the power of thought, universal laws and principles, and how these laws and our lines of thinking or our thought patterns combines to create our life experiences. The cardinal truth is that all human beings, individually and collectively, are creating our own realities. You are the creator of your own realities. Though you may not be doing this on purpose, but you are doing it ignorantly because you are not abreast with the role you play in the universe, and also you are not abreast with the laws that governs us and everything in the universe. And as it has been in the life of humanity, it is all about discovery. Humanity has discovered things over and over and over our history. And that has brought us where we are. Everything is in existence in the unseen world. And as people on a journey, we keep discovering them and we liberate ourselves from the pain and suffering that the breaching or the breaking of these laws brings upon us. Actually, we are here for that purpose, to discover. And so, just as gravity was discovered, and we all accept it right now, it is the same thing that you create your own reality by the power of your thought. It's also a universal law that you must discover. And as a matter of fact, if we look at our lives, when you were born, all of us were born as babies. None of our parents ever took us for classes or lessons about gravity. No parent has ever gone around looking for experts in gravity to train their children to understand gravity. But as a matter of fact, we adapt to it because it is physical. So it is with your realities. The way to find out as to whether you are the one creating your reality is to observe your life, what you are thinking, your line of thinking, and what is manifesting in your life. And if you are able to do this faithfully, you will discover it for yourself. No one is after you. There is no power that is creating any negative thing in your life, but you are creating it by the power of your mind. By the power of your mind. And so today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, your mind is a camera that you use to capture images. And I'm also going to touch on a very important aspect in the mental world, and that is what we call suggestion. Suggestion is a powerful tool that we use with our mind. And so that is what we're going to look at today. It is necessary that we become awakened, we become knowledgeable about who we are and how we operate on the mental and emotional level. And that is when we'll be able to create our life purposely or on purpose. But before we go on, I just want to take this opportunity to appeal to you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. And let us team up and grow this community to bring this message of empowerment, message of enlightenment into our homes, our communities, our societies, on our streets, such that all of us we will co-create life that is befitting and we so desire. If you have already subscribed, then we thank you and just want to say we appreciate you. Let us keep on doing a good job, sharing and circulating these messages in our network. Yeah, so we're back to our topic. Your mind is a camera that you use to capture images. And those images are used to create your life experiences. And every human being, we operate on a principle or something that we call suggestion. Your mind is a camera, but it needs something to focus on. Even if you have a camera, as we know in our hands, for you to take a picture, you must focus the camera on a particular thing. So in your life, everything, physically or non-physical, are subject of attention to you. And your mind focuses, as soon as you focus your mind on that particular thing, your mind will take these pictures. And by the way you are made, there is something in you. Scientifically, we call it subconscious mind. Religiously and spiritually, we call it your soul. This aspect of you and the laws in the universe, once you accept something as true in your mind, your subconscious mind takes it and then make it a reality with the help of the forces in the universe, the law of attraction, you see. And so everything is suggestion. And I want to use some basic things to, explain suggestion to you and see how your mind works as a camera. If you meet someone that you don't know and the person smiles at you, by your nature, you also smile back. That is suggestion. The person has used the smile as a tool to suggest that kind of emotion to you. So you smile back. If someone sneezes, you also sneeze back. Why? We say it's infectious, but as a matter of fact, it is the work of your mind. Once your attention goes to that, your mind takes it and makes it happen. And these things are done at a speed that we don't even feel it. If someone is moody, or if someone is going through any other thing, you see that it affects you. Why? Because your mind captures that image. And once you give that thing a definition, that good or bad, your mind accepts it as true. That is the suggestion you are making to your mind. Then your mind takes it as true. And as soon as your mind takes it as true, your body, being the servant of the mind, has no choice but to respond to what the mind has created. These are the basic ways that you can look at this topic of suggestion. And so you will see that your mind controls you. Whatever you are doing, whatever you do, wherever you will go, it is your mind that is capturing images and feeding your internal system. Then you do the analysis, then you take the decision, you make the decision and go or not to go. That is suggestion. So no one is exempted from that. You have the camera, and the camera needs a focus. And the focus comes about by suggesting something to your mind. That is, you focusing your mind on something. And then we can also look at it this way. Two people may be looking at a thing. The same thing. One will call it bad. The other will call it good. One will call it awful. One will call it beautiful. Why is it so? It is because of the images that you are using your mind to capture. So when your mind comes or is focused on a subject of attention, you have the power to define it as good or bad, ugly or beautiful. And so the perception that you will give to a subject of attention is what your mind will capture and then take it as true. And once the mind captured it as true, the body has no option but to respond to what the master is saying, you see. And so we are all in this, you see. This is how you operate. This is how you operate. Suggestion is something that we do all the time. People give it to us. Circumstances and situations around us give us the suggestion, and then we make choices as to call it good or bad. The interesting thing is that If two people look at one particular thing and they have different opinions, then it is a fact, it is a truth that the differences in the opinion is not in the thing, but it's in the perception that the two people hold or are having about the thing. If the experience is actually coming from the thing, then the two people must have the same experience. And so your perception is simply what you are. And it's all about how you're using your mind. Your mind will capture the image, and the analysis you make based on your perception will be your reality, you see. And so your mind is a camera that you are using to capture images all the time. And as I spoke on imagination and visualization, that is what you are doing all the time. That is what we are all doing all the time. And these things create our realities. There are laws in the universe, and these laws doesn't change. And therefore, whatever thing that you accept as true about any given thing, the law the thing must be for you in that way. You see. And so when we move up even to another level, suggestion is done by what people say to you and what you say to yourself. And so we say we have heterosuggestion and autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is what you say to yourself. What you say to yourself is what your mind accepts and create it as a reality. And so if you keep on telling yourself that I am ugly, I am this, I am that, I am that, you will realize that more people will begin to confirm that for you, because that is what you are saying to yourself. If you keep on telling yourself that you are handsome, it is the same thing regardless of your appearance. If you do this faithfully and your mind accepts it and it becomes your subconscious reality, the universe will align people for you that they will confirm what you are saying to yourself. This is auto-suggestion. And then heterosuggestion is what other people tell us, and that is the most dangerous one. What people tell us. We live in a world that we normally, or we have come to accept people's opinions than what we feel within ourselves. And therefore, suggestion is a very powerful tool that all people are using to capture your mind or to capture your attention, be it in the religion, be it in politics, be anywhere. They are using suggestion. And so when someone says something to you, you have the power to say, I don't believe in this, or I believe in this. That is your mind. But which of the picture are you going to take? If you say, I believe in it, that is the picture you are taking. Your mind will take it. And that becomes your belief. And this becomes the basis of your life. And therefore, that thing will become real in your life. But if you say, I don't believe it, and you don't believe in that, what the person says, or you don't make it a topic, but look for something that you think is necessary for you, whatever the person has said has no power over you. So this is the power of suggestion. What people say to you is very powerful. And even some of us, every one of you, if you take this as an example, you go back into your life. When you were growing up, there were a lot of things that your parents used to tell you. Especially, they used to insult us. You have a big head, you have this and that. And some of these things are bombarded into your ears. So growing up to a certain level, up to a point that you work yourself out to get out of those kind of bombardment, you sometimes hold that idea that you are not this, or you are not this, or you are that. You say, that is the power of suggestion. So all your life is more or less controlled by your mind, and the way your mind focuses is by means or by the power of suggestion. So when you go to any place, let's say those who are into religion, if you go and stand in front of any pastor, any man of God, and the person's invoke any word from the Bible or whatever, the person is not doing anything. The person is not using any power. But he is only using the word of God, let's say the Bible, the words in the Bible, to activate your mind, to get your mind, for you to have faith in it. And as soon as you have faith, you develop unwavering faith in what he is saying, that particular thing that you are looking for will come to pass. But as a matter of fact, it is not the work of the pastor, it is the work of your own internal system, your mind and forces in the universe. That is how everything is. If you appear before a medical doctor, that is why they try to speak to you. They put your mind in a state such that you will believe in what they are doing. You will believe in the medication they are giving to you. And therefore, when you get to the point that you don't doubt, that medication will work for you. And so we see this in all settings. Two people goes to the church. They have similar problem. Then they appear before the man of God or the pastor. The pastor offers the prayers. One get healed or one get the answer. The other doesn't. What is the difference? If it is the pastor that has the power to do that particular thing, then the two of them should have the answer. But the fact that one had and one didn't means that the answer or the power that gives the answer is not in the pastor, it's in the person in question. And that is by activating it by your faith. And if you can exercise your faith in someone, you can at the same time exercise that faith in yourself, such that you can do it yourself. You see, so it is with all other things. The medical doctor prescribed the same medication to two people, the same sickness. One takes it and up he's gone. One takes it and then it worsens the situation. Why? It is about the faith or the perception that the two are holding. All comes down to the point that whatever either the pastor or the medical doctor is doing is to suggest something to your mind, up to the point that you hold it as true, that you don't doubt it. And when you get to the point of no doubt, that is unwavering faith. Believe it or not, your own system and the laws in the universe will cause that thing to happen. And so no one is doing anything for you. No one is doing anything to you. It is the same thing. If you hold a belief that there is a devil, there is a demon that is attacking you, that is your subject of attention, that is what you are suggesting to your mind. So your mind takes it and make it real. And therefore you begin to see things and experiences that suggest to you that there are some forces that are attacking you. But as a matter of fact, it is your own creation. That is why I started that you create your own reality, you see. So your mind is a powerful tool that you've been given, and it is for creation. And therefore you need to understand how all these things works. Whatever any man or woman will say into your ear is a suggestion, and you have the power to accept it or to doubt it. And whichever way will define your life. You see, so let us become awakened to this. You are not just an object passing through this earth, but you are created in the image and the likeness of God, with a powerful tool to use as a God on earth here to co-create with the universal God. But you must know how to use it. We are using our own minds against ourselves because of ignorance. What you open your mouth to say to yourself. When you stand in front of the mirror and you see yourself, what do you say to yourself? Do you take time to appreciate yourself? Do you take time to admire yourself? And even when someone tells, there are some people, when you tell them that they are beautiful, they'll ask you, oh, as for me? Oh, no, maybe it's not me, maybe it's the other person, you say, because the person doesn't believe in that. You don't hold that perception. You don't hold that belief, you see. And so what you are and what you will be and what any other person will be is simply the work of our minds. And the power of suggestion is a key tool that we use to create our realities. So be mindful of this. Be awakened to this. You are the creator of your own realities. Your mind is a camera and it is capturing images all the time. But you have to focus your camera on a subject of attention. Whatever angle you take, the camera will capture the image. If your angle is negativity, your camera will capture the image and bring the image to you in the form of a negative experience. If your camera angle is positivity, the same camera will capture that image and bring it to you and you say, wow, this is a beautiful image. That is your life. You are the creator of your own realities, and I keep on stating this. You are the creator of your own reality. And so, as I have always been saying, my focus is on my brothers and sisters, my homeland, Africa. We are so preoccupied with demons, evil forces. All these things are our mental images. And these are the things that have been suggested to us. We created them and we suggested to us. So we have practiced them to the point that it's become what we call the mass conscious. So we are using the evidence of our own creation to justify their existence. One thing that I find it very difficult to accept is when you speak to your fellow religious people, especially I'm a Christian. I grew up and I have a lot of Christian background. You say, when you talk of the idea that there is no devil, people argue with you from all angles. But as a matter of fact, they are not even ready to defend the idea that God is the only power, God is the only presence, God is the only cause. You see, and so the energy, the strength, and the enthusiasm that people use to defend the existence of the devil, if we will channel it into defending the existence of God as the only presence, the devil will cease to be a matter in our life, you see. And so in Africa, everything that happens in our lives, we do not use our minds. But as a matter of fact, we are capturing our images. Everything that happens in the African man's life or woman's life is the work of a devil, is the work of something, is the work of something. And we keep on recreating this life. Now is the time. You are the creator of your own reality. Your mind is a camera. The angle at which you place your camera is what the picture will be. Move away from negativity and place your angle in the positive way. And when you capture the image, you will see it as a positive and a wonderful one. We've experienced so many life challenges, have a lot of negative experiences. It means our angle, the angle of our camera, of our mind is negativity. Now let's change it to positivity and begin to suggest positive and constructive things to ourselves. You will see that we will transform our individual lives and transform our own life. People have moved away from all this kind of negative things, and they are using their mind in a positive and a constructive way. The only purpose for which you are on earth here is to use your mind in a positive and a constructive way to create a beautiful and a wonderful life. But you have the power to abuse it. Therefore, you are a creator and you use your mind as your tool. But as I've said it already, the angle is very important. You have the positive angle and you have the negative angle. Move away from the negative angle and place your camera in the positive angle. That is your mind. Control your mind and think on purpose. Think deliberately. Think of the things that are good. Think about things that are wonderful. Think about yourself as a God. Think about all other people as God. Think about everything as good. And therefore, whatever thing that appears to be negative is necessary to help you to redefine your desire. And as you redefine your desire, you move yourself forward. For the truth is that without challenge, there can never be achievement. Without any difficulty, there can never be any invention as a solution to it. That is a fact. So you are the creator of your own reality. And your mind is your tool. Change the angle at which you are placing your mind and place it in the right way. Place it on the highway, and let us all team up to create a continent with full of countries and citizens that are abreast with the laws of the universe and how things works in the universe, that we co-create with all people in the world, such that Africa will be a place that all men and women will come to celebrate the African invention, the African innovation. That is the truth. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thank you, and God bless you. Before I sign off, I just want to remind you once again, please click the subscribe button and let us come together and let us work together to create a beautiful and a wonderful life. That life, God is not going to just drop it on our laps, but we have to co-create it with God, and all will be well. Thank you, and God bless you once again.